Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of your gaming news, PC hardware, all that good stuff. Today is Sunday, it's a slow day. I'm not sure if CES already wrapped up or if today it's the last day. I didn't see a lot of interesting stuff that I wanted to cover, basically with laptops. Basically what I saw, the main thing is like different screen sizes with and some laptops coming now with OLEDs and the new AMD stuff that comes for laptop, like the CPUs and the GPUs. NVIDIA, I will cover in a bit for the laptop stuff. But yeah, I was curious to see. I saw like one or two videos regarding cases. But I wanted to find out some articles where there is like a roundup of the cases, like this kind of hardware, so I can cover because I like the DIY market and I like to cover this stuff because, yeah, it's mainly my thing. I'm not very much on the laptop stuff, but it's always good to see how all the technology trickles down to laptop stuff. But first, the PSA. It seems to be that the firmware for the Ryzen 7000 series, the new BIOS, might have some flaws. MSI and ASRock already rolled back. They removed this BIOS firmware update from their sites, and it seems to disable some cores on Ryzen CPUs. The current BIOS, that I think it's the 1.0.0.3, I think. Yeah, here it works well enough, so no need to go about and try to update it for this basically a beta version. But if you have, I think you can roll back. I think you can roll back to this version. I'm not sure, but Gigabyte still has this new one that seems to have some issues with disabling cores on the CPUs. It shouldn't be like a huge thing if it disables like some cores, but please don't go and try to update your BIOS firmware at the moment. But yeah, obviously, yeah, they can obviously downgrade and wait for new thing. It can be downgraded. Okay, that's good to know. But yeah, just to bring up to your attention, if you have any of these new Ryzen 7900X CPUs from AMD, don't bother to update the BIOS for now, or else you might have. It's most certainly you might have some cores disabled, and then of course it affects performance. I was talking about NVIDIA. They're supposedly going to start mass productions for more chips, which should correspond to 4070, 4060 Ti. They already have some laptops coming out with the mobile versions, which is for me it's like a debacle. Even MSI, I saw this story. It's just a tweet basically. Nobody's of course happy with the 4080 pricing. It's bonkers for what it offers in terms of performance. It's insane how they go about it, and they even recommend 4070 Ti, which I don't recommend at the price that is it. It's not the best GPU for 4K from what I've been seeing a lot. It's good for 4040p, mainly because of the memory bus. Not so much because of the memory capacity, like the 12 gigabytes. It's more about the memory bus. I think it's 192 bits, I think. Because it's 12 gigs, it's like 32 bits per chip of memory, something like that. I don't know how the math is made, but it's something kind of that makes the chip have only 192. I think it's here. 47 Ti, yeah, 192 bits. I think it's mainly this that causes the issue of sometimes like not kind of throttling on 4K in some games. The 4080 is better in that regard, because this is not a 4070 Ti even. This is like a 4070 that much. The 4070 Ti should be a little bit between maybe one of these, so 4080 and 4070 Ti, because even how the chipsets are made. This one, they are going to launch and start manufacturing the 4060 Ti, 4060, 4050, and whatever, and even the 4060 Ti, it's made in the same chip. That it's a downgraded chip from 4070 Ti. Might be some bad batches, some chips they are not fully capable of achieving the performance of 4070 Ti. But yeah, because the chip here for the 4080, it's the 103, which is doesn't seem to have a lot of graphic class here, because usually they correspond. It's corresponding, like the 102 usually it's like the top tier, then the 103 it's for the 80 class, and the 104 for the 70 class, and so forth and so on. But yeah, they are trying to gather all the chips they can make and see what goes and not goes into like the class performance wise. I don't know how they're going about it, but even the 4070 Ti in terms of performance, it's on the same, almost at the same level at a 3090 Ti. I don't know how it's going to handle the 47 and the 4060, how they are going to handle, because there is not full specs. Some of this is rumored. I don't know. This is very finicky. One of the reasons is because they changed from, I think, Samsung to TSMC manufacturing process. I think there is a lot of stuff going on regarding that, plus the fact they are greedy and they like to gaslight you with some stuff that they announce until now. But yeah, not even the AIB partners are very happy with the pricing. I suppose that at the moment, not even the 4070 Ti is selling well. It's on stock after 3 days, no issues from what I've been seeing around with the YouTubers going around micro centers and everything in the United States. I don't see any issue. Even the 4080s. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. Hopefully, more cards are launched. Prices will go down. There is a lot of overlapping in prices in the high tiers of the 30 series with the low tier of the 40 series, from what I've been seeing, like in Amazons and Newegs and all that mass dealerships that sell these kind of GPUs. It's a mess. It's a mess. I don't know how long it will take to solve this thing, but yeah. If you can hold up on buying, there is like some rumors going around that they have to go and lower even more the price of the 4070 Ti so they can start selling. And I don't know how it's going to go regarding the 30 series. They have to really push and lower the price, like almost like $150 to $200. And for example, the 80s and the 90s at least, because they are way overpriced still. They are over MSRP in most cases from the MSRP from 2 years ago. People like to call, you have to take in account inflation. Yeah, but it's all technology. It's almost technology from 3 years ago still is being sold as new technology from today, and they try to justify with a lot of stuff. But yeah, if you can wait a little bit more to buy any GPU, because you have the reference cards from AMD, the RTX ones. They are the vapor chambers. It can be a small percentage, but you're taking a risk of spending $1,000 on a reference card and then doesn't work. It starts firmware throttling, and that has its own issues. But yeah, the XT, the 7900 XT, it's not that good. It competes with the server 47 Ti. It's a little bit better in that kind of performance bracket, but it's still very expensive. $900 is too much. Should be like less, at least $300 less. And until we see some lowering of the prices in GPU market, it's completely insane. It's too much. People don't have money to afford this kind of stuff, and there is no like. There is decent cards for 1080p and 4040p, but mainly from AMD, from the markets that I've been seeing, like the 6700 and 6700 XT for the 4040p. But still, then we have like supply issues that, and maybe they are not in stock because they are going out. Sometimes there is like some promotions and deals, but I don't see things going very well in the next, I don't know, month or two, until things announced from the CS, especially from AMD. I don't know how, if AMD is going to make an announcement to launch mid-range GPUs, because they only announced the new CPUs, mobile GPUs and mobile CPUs. Basically, that's what they announced. So let's see if they announce or lower the price of their current GPUs so they can be more competitive. And make NVIDIA at least start lowering the prices of their 4080s and below. But yeah, regarding this, enough ranting for Sunday. I will have here some upcoming games that I'm interested. One of them, this is as an old one in the case of the last updates. Like the last one, it's 30th of September last year. And it's The Alters. It's from the same studio from Frostpunk and this War of Mine. There is nothing here. Basically, they basically only launched the trailer. I'm not sure when they launched the trailer. I remember seeing this and wishlisting because it seems very interesting. I don't know if it's coming this year. I don't think so, because not even the 2023 release date is here. It's only coming soon, but it's something that from the trailer itself it sparked my curiosity, let's say that. And the second game for today, it's Lords of the Fallen. It should become near March. I'm not sure, they didn't update here. I think I saw something regarding March, April, something like that. I'm not sure, but I just hope this game is good. It's very better paced than the previous one, that maintains the same like style and environments they're trying to bring out in the first game, with a more not fast paced but better paced game. Okay, similar to Dark Souls, but similar pace to that, because it was a very slow game. The combat was very dull to a certain point. But yeah, I hope they improved a lot in those two, at least in those two main fields. If they improve that, it will be a very decent game. And yeah, basically that's it. Not too much here. I will try to seek out more stuff from CS, like under the things, because people only talk about GPUs, CPUs, and nothing else basically, and some monitors here and there. I will try to see if I find something interesting for the DIY market. Like there were some PSUs announced, some cases, no motherboards, no nothing, but like this kind of hardware. There are some chairs also with haptic feedback, and they move around with the 4D. There's some things there. It's like they are trying to trend something that it's not worth it. I like to sit in my chair and be comfortable and not moving around, playing a fighting game or playing a driving game and going around like a crazy man. But yeah, I'll wrap up here for today with my Go Get Funding campaign for me to upgrade my PC to get better and more content from my private clients. They are being asking when I can start doing some video stuff and image stuff. At the moment with my pure laptop, best thing I can do, it's like screen recording, and basically that is it. I'm just doing like writing content and reviewing writing content, all that stuff. And of course, with my PC upgraded, I will continue to do the daily news that I've been doing, and also resuming my gameplay list that I wanted to resume from 5 years ago. And basically that's it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.